Hey, welcome back, and hello to Temperance Parker. We're back with some more Strange Antiquities. Great news. We might be blazing through this today because maybe or maybe not I lost some footage and audio. So we'll just be flying through this stuff. It's going to be great. You guys are going to love it. But don't even worry about that. You won't even notice. This person says, I had a quiet chat with Edmund Bishop in the Guilty Ram last night. He's always got an interesting story to tell, but last night he was different. I can tell he's worried, which has me worried. He's got me worried too. I know it's not much, but I'd like a shield charm all the same. So let's go take a look right quick. Shield charms. I think I know which one this is. Generic charm protection will offer to skilled dermatitis. Made of an art of used the art of symbology, an ancient and some would say primitive component of thaumaturgy, made it from environment materials, although rarely precious metals. So we go over to this guy, that new book we got. Let's go take a look at the protection symbol there. Boom. Probably this guy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shield charm identified. There is an option to have these auto label. I have not used it because I like making them funny if I can. But this is going to be a regular shield charm. Crime. Charm. There we go. Make it red. But like, for example, it wouldn't be the horny shackle if I let it auto name. And we're not doing that. Pet the cat. Also got this bad boy here. Let's go take a quick look over. I think it's Give me a second. I know we've explored this once. We're gonna get this shit this time. I want to say here. No. Let's try again. Run it back. I'm doing it live. It was this one that I clicked on. Let's try over. Here? No. Run it back. Try again. It was just on the wrong side of it there. You know, you wouldn't believe me that I said I'd done this already, but like, I have. There we go. That's the one. There's a narrow gap between the two houses, and I spy, with my little eye, a small wooden chest wedged firmly inside. Slowly I manage to work it loose, and when it finally comes free, it shoots out onto the hard ground and snaps open, revealing its long-hidden treasures. Nice. Got some cool shit. Put the guy there. This guy here. Oh, and check this out. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. So, where are my notes? This one. So we got this one, right? This is EW. That's fucking Eli. That's the guy who owns the shop. So, and the items, and there's a wine merchant next door. Next door to us. We are 29, I think. Yeah. Bam. Go next door. The proprietor, a Miss Cranmore, begrudgingly grants me access to the cellar when I explain that information to Strange Antiquities next door. Yes, well, take the lot of them out of here, would you? I can't say no to Eli after all. I can't say no to Eli after all he's done for me. But I don't like the thought of those unnaturals in my cellar. So we're gonna pull those bad boys out of there too. Drop this over here, drop this over here, drop this over there. And we're good. And we continue on the day with Hugh Langston. There's something I wanted to show you. I didn't like the look of it, so I left it where I found it. What if it's cursed? It was hanging behind an old shed, all overgrown with ivy. Let me draw you a quick map. Thanks. Map. Right. There we go. I believe that is church, trees. There's the shit. Haha! The shed is actually a wooden summer house that looks over the pond, but it's clear that it hasn't been used in some time. Thick brambles claw their way up and over one side of the structure, and ivy covers the rest of the mottled green in a mottled green cloak. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I find what I'm looking for to the rear. Parts of the ivy have been torn away recently, revealing an amulet hanging from a rusted nail. Something else catches my eye as well. As I reach for it, and I notice that there is another pendant hanging next to it, almost completely hidden by the ivy. Double pendant. Let's go. I'm gonna drop this one over here next to that guy. Drop this one up here. All right. Drop it down there because I don't need it anymore. Hit the bell. Hit that bell. Make sure you hit that bell, everybody. Eli's picked a bad time to leave Undermere. I've come from Hungerford House, where I've been helping Dr. Robertson and looking for any clues about what's happening here. There wasn't much to go on. I did find a shattered oceanic vessel, but whatever did this was no creeping dark. There was a strange black stain on the flagstone floor that I didn't like the look of, and the ravens. Very unusual, but at least they seem to have dispersed. I don't know what to make of it. I'm going to take a trip to Gleenston's castle to see if Edmund Bishop can shed any light on their behavior. But first, I would like a vestiger. Whatever this is. We don't want it threatening. Okay, take a look at that shit. I don't remember what the fuck that is. I think I do remember what that is. Oh, okay. This is unrelated, but let's look at it. These belong to a series of objects that were designed to slot into armor or weaponry. They induce calm rage in the face of unimaginable horrors of battle, allowing the bearer to stay one step ahead. The, quote, Knight of Thorns famously wore a shimmer on his chestplate, but it didn't save him from being slain in the Battle of Southern Fell, 1357. Do I have this? I doubt it. I actually meant to not close that book. Stop it. Go over here. She said this guy. Flamesbird and blue. Zero candle. Brant. Pretty fresh. I love this thing. That's so cool. Here you go. All done there. Moonstone Guardian. Drop this over here. Right. Blue for the blue fire. Good. I might have spelled that right. Maybe. Oh, yo. Got pet Jupiter 30 times. Look at me petting the cat. Favorite Steam achievement I can get. 2 days earlier, the writer and his fellow adventurer were deep underground, exploring the tunnels below Kirkhead Tower, when they made a discovery. Their elation at their find would soon turn to horror. Alright, what we got? What we got? Oh god. Oh god. Okay, okay. Okay. It's a key. After a disagreement between two houses, I was buried behind lock and key. Okay, let's start there. Lock House 7. Keystone Manor. Start this. Boom! A large flat slab of granite marks the otherwise empty field. It bears an inscription. On this spot, in the year 1813, Arthur Key did shoot and kill the beloved horse of Wellington Lock. Buried at the foot of the slab, I find an unlocked chest containing a handful of legal documents, as well as a pistol and another item that catches my attention. This thing. Cool. Right. Hello, Eli. Welcome home. You gonna sleep today? Well, the shop is still standing. That's something. Say what you will about that. I did that when I recorded this the first time. Say what you will about Undermere, but this town is never quiet for long. I leave for a few days and suddenly everyone's talking about ravens and curses. I'm going to need to find Verona to get up to speed on what's going on. At least I didn't come away from Ravenglass empty-handed. I can always rely on quiet Susan to unearth an interesting trinket or two. What you got, boss? Oh. Okay. Okay, we'll put that there. We're gonna move this guy over here. Next. Edith. More. I am not a good person. I'm pushing away the only people I care about. Help me do better, please. I have to change, but I don't know how. You have something that can help me banish my inner demons and make the changes stick this time? Pretty sure it's the horny shackle. Hell yeah, dog. Gotta remember your horny shackles. Next. Jessica Robertson. The evil Kent didn't snap Mr. Hungerford out of it, unfortunately. It's strange. At times he appears almost awake, but he is deep in some kind of trance and I can't get anything out of him. He seems to be searching for something. I'm beginning to suspect this is beyond my skill set, and I'm not willing to give up so easily. I know it's a bad idea, but I'm going to need a sleep vessel to get me through this week. Okay. Okay. Sleep vessel. Nope. 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 Sleep vessel. 6 points of a sleep vessel are said to represent the 6 thaumic disciplines: Selenic, Dradic, Noctic, Diurnic, Wixic, and Mentic. They help people stay awake beyond any natural limits by storing their fatigue. Over time and repeated use, they become more and more difficult to handle, as though the undreamed nightmares within are beginning to seep out. Ooh, okay. Okay, what about you? Let's try this guy, yeah. Incredible. Incredible. Alright, excellent. God, I can spell. What was that last one that came in there? That was a compass? Oh. Huh. I just came to look at this. I like looking at some of these. I think the compass one is when we have this one. The resonance compass will point towards nearby resonant objects. The only objects that can be detected this way. Resonant objects are highly prized both by thaumaturges and those who collect occult curiosities. Okay, so I don't have that shit. I don't think. Alright. Next. Althea O'Shea. Many years ago, I owned a silent breath, but it was already old when I inherited it, and its powers died soon after. It's about time I replaced it. Let's take a look at silent breath. Silent breath. Ah, okay, yes, I know which one this is. So check it out. That stag. This is the hair of the stag. Look at this fucking guy. If the hairs on my back of my neck stand up. Alright, that's weird. Here you go. Some silent breath for you, ma'am. Which is white hair. The potential trophy from the white stag. So. I'm gonna drop that. Silent. 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 What the fuck is happening? No. Silent. Am I losing my mind right now? Hang on. Okay, great. Next, Rufus Shelley. I could not remember how to spell silent breath. That was so weird. I've always wanted to try a Daedalus link I have a personal interest in the celestial branch, so I'm not completely new to such things, nor am I ignorant to the risks. And now I have a good reason for it. I need to take care of some roof repairs, and this would seem the safest way to approach it. Hello, Daedalus Link. I think it's the bird that's over there. Daedalus Link. Powerful object capable of producing a levitation field. The field is extremely fragile, however, so it would be prudent not to take any risks. These items are surprisingly light in weight. Their designs vary, but might point to some facet of flight, a feather or the wings of a bird or insect, for example. Light. Junk. Oh, this shit was nothing. Junk. Junk. There you go. Nice. Bird motif is a connection to flight, and using weighing scales, I can confirm that it's very light. I did confirm this. Alright, so this guy... Daedalus Link, probably. Alright. Next, got the cat. Ring the bell so the cat doesn't get surprised, and we find Edmund Bishop. The ravens are back, I see. Looks like it's going to be worse this time. After speaking to Verona, I've come to extend an open invitation to visit Gleaton Castle. My family has lived there for generations, and I know there are artifacts that would be of use to you, gathering dust in hidden corners. All I ask is that you stay out of the South Tower, and the master bedroom. And run anything you find by me first, of course. Sure thing, dog. Okay, hang on, wait. Before I read that, let's bring this up, and then let's read that. Use the buttons on the left to change maps. Great. Here's how to get started. Walk past the main staircase and then turn left. Follow that corridor down to the end and go through the door on the left. There's a small plinth in the corner of that room with an item that on it that you are welcome to. I never did like it anyway. Main stairway. Go left. Go all the way down. Wait. Then it's all the way down and then go on the left. Yes. The plinth is not hard to spot in the corner of the room next to a small writing desk. A glass jar houses an object mentioned in Edmund's note. Whoops. As I gather the item and turn to leave, my eye is drawn to a green book on the desk, the author's name of a particular interest. I pick it up and find Edmund on my way out, who encourages me to take it with me. Try to insist on paying for it, at least, but he won't entertain the idea. My boy got gemstones and that shit. Fancy rock. So, there we go. New book. I'm gonna drop the books down here for now. So I can, end that day. At the end of a long passageway, after days spent clearing away dangerous rockfalls, the duo came upon a chamber. In it, they found a small stone tomb, too small to contain human remains. Next. Alright, what we got? Alright. There's a hole. Okay. So, interestingly enough, once you have it, I know this one already, because of course I do. I'm going to get to the point where I don't know these, I swear. But I think, boom. A portrait of some dead lord eyes me suspiciously as I enter the room and start absentmindedly opening drawers. The room is cold and austere, and I'm about to leave when I spot a crate under the chest of drawers. This could be something. Bye. Keep doing that shit. Oh, very cool. She pretty. She's going up there. Next. David Schaefer's here. I'm not sure about this fog today. It's an eerie atmosphere out there, especially with those damn ravens back again. It's usually fierce black dogs I've got to worry about, not big black birds. They're off inside, I reckon. Thank you for the letter, sir. It says, the triangle has intrigued me ever since I first heard about it as a young boy. What caused the pine trees to grow like that? Did someone plant them? I know you'll at least have heard of it, but did you know this? I calculated the exact center point, and there's a small clearing there. It can't be a coincidence. What's more, there's a certain energy about it, not entirely welcoming either. I wonder if you might take a look for yourself. Thomas Pope and Hamish. Okay, thank you, Thomas Pope. Let's go over here. And sure enough, as I approach the center of the curious triangular copse at the heart of the heathwood, I come across a clearing. A tree that has been split in two stands in the center. Sunlight breaks through, and I take a deep breath of cleansing pine and earth. It scrolls down instead of scrolling down. Almost immediately, I am struck by a sense of ominous power, and my intuition tells me that there is something unusual here at the heart of the wood. I examine the broken tree and notice some strange markings carved into the trunk. Heart beating faster, I spot something else embedded in the wood. 3 pendants arranged in a triangle shape. So they have been had. I'm gonna drop these guys. Move some shit around now. I think I have to. They'll all be together. Come up there. Come up there. Bring this up here. Okay. I'm good with that. Next. Gus Foley. It has been many years since I performed the rite of the red knives, but I still remember every step. I'd do it one more time before I die if I could only get my hands on an Orford spire. Tried that piece in Arnside and they sent me here. Orford spire. These books are not in the order I want them in. Thank you. Orford spire. This guy. During the rite of the red knives, an Orford spire is fully submerged in goat's blood for 9 days and 9 nights. Okay. When performed correctly, the rite is said to impart vitality and clarity of thought, although perhaps not for the goat. Well, I don't have many things covered in blood except for this guy, so let's give him this one. Boom. Got that shit right again. 2 points of the item in the sketch that were protruding. We go over here. Orford spire. Oops, shit. Orford spire. Red for the blood. Alright. Next. Sorry, cat. Here's some pets. Eli. I need to go away for a few days again. The Order of the Black Veil will have the information I'm looking for. They seek to understand the world beyond death, drinking an elixir that sinks them into a deep trance. If I'm right, they may be able to shed some light on these events. The problem is, I burned that bridge long ago. Could you hand me a guise of Lillian? It won't be the first time I've used one to get around their hatred of me. Yes. What the fuck? There we go. These items can allow the bearer to pass unrecognized if used for any length of time. The wielder can begin to lose their sense of self. The remains of bygone creatures have been used in thaumaturgy for centuries. Destroyed teeth and bones to trilobites, ammonites, and a devil's toenails. The guise of Lillian is one such item that makes use of this ancient source of power. Is it this? Is it that? Oops. I think it's that. We're gonna give that a go. Extreme. Extreme is not the word I thought I was going to say. I think I was going to say excellent. Right. Name it up. Shit. Name it up for real. Lillian. No. Caps lock. How dare you? Stop it. I'm good now. God, I hate myself. The caps lock button. Right where my finger wants to hit the A button. Got the cat. Bring in Rebecca Rose. Hello. Oh, was that a cat? My eyes may have completely gone now, but it's good to know I still have my cat senses. I do hope I'm in the right place. My daughter told me about a shop that specializes in unusual items. My life's joy has always been painting. Without that in my life, I'm afraid I'm at a bit of a loss. I know that I will never see again, but is there anything in your collection that might help me paint again? I feel a little foolish for asking. It seems such a small thing, but to me it means everything. Spirit Eye or Ares Remnant? Okay. Spirit Eye. Spirit Eye first. Spirit Eye. There are some who stay away from spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps. A layer that requires something more than the traditional senses to experience. They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed upon them. Or Ares Remnant. These objects induce a form of synesthesia, where colors and tones, light and shadow, can be felt through touch. They are sometimes used by those who work in low light conditions, such as miners. The gemstones in the Ares Remnant are arranged in a shape of the constellation that shares its name. Okay, that sounds like the one that would actually help her, so we'll give her that one. Boom! Gemstones are arranged in the Ares constellation. That might be right. I'll make it green. I'll be able to read it. Cat. Ding the bell. Clarence Hawker. Those ravens have done for 3 more poor buggers. 2 of them up at Colgrath and another fella, a fisherman. People are getting a bit panicky around here. Nothing natural about folk turning up with eyes all black like that. And now this fog too, with the nights drawing in and me working late. I refuse to walk down Halbrook Road without so much as a lantern. I had something nice and bright in mind. Okay. Sunbond. Sunbond is a small and lightweight designed to be carried discreetly and made of a non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and the light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. Okay, non-precious metal and a sunstone. We didn't look at this gemstone book though. Ambers are sunstones. Fire and light, heat and life. Purple stones are Wixic, they're amethyst. Stone of containment. Aquamarine, pale blue, turquoise, stone of water, dark green or black with flecks of red. Dark stone for dark purposes is the bloodstone. I have some bloodstone D&D dice. My current set is all bloodstone. I have a tiefling bard who is a big fan of that. Dark bluish purple on iolite, calming stone of peace and safety. Jade, green, a stone of earth and nature. Blue from the kyanite, anchor between mind and body. Malachite, dark green, striated, fourth eye, stone of sight. Obsidian, black, volcanic glass, stone of fire and fury. Moonstone, usually pink or off-white, stone of protection and enveloping night. Wixic topaz, yellow, stone of strength, black striated onyx, stone of night and darkness. There are some who fear it and some who are seduced by it. And the Vivianite is what I actually meant. It says Noctic, dark blue green, stone of death and decay. It grows on iron coffins and waterlogged corpses. Great. Okay. I think it's actually this. Wood, gold, wood, orange gemstone. It's either that or this one. What's this made out of? Bronze. That's not precious. Let's give him that one. Sunbond. Sub. Sub bond. Oh, it's the power bottom bond. There you go. Nice. Here we go. Audrey Bell. Bend your ears to the trees. Hold your palm out to the wind. The ravens can feel it. Can you? Something is stirring. I will need a Holgren Grim in the coming days. Oh, that's this guy, I think. Some of these were very memorable because they were weird. So, like, I only have one of these. I mean, duh, I only have one of everything. That was a stupid sentence. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar and in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. Alright. I only got one thing that could fit that, so we're going to go for this. Holgen Grim. Holgar's Grim. Holgar. Scrim. Great. Day's over. Pack it up. Pack it in. Inside was the reason they had toiled so hard. A small black casket. A very valuable small black casket. They knew enough not to open it, but perhaps too little to fully understand the danger it posed. Next thing we got here is stairs. Stairs. Up the stairs, left, then left again. Second on the right is where I spend each night. What is nice is some of these are like very obviously about this place. Stairs. Up the stairs. Left, then left again. No. Okay. Let's try different stairs. Let's try this stairs. Left. Left again. Second on the right. 1, 2. Alright. The bedroom looks like it hasn't been used for some time. A thin layer of dust coats the furnishings and cobwebs decorate every corner. Pulling back the thin curtains lets some light in, but more importantly, they reveal a macabre item that has been hiding on the windowsill all this time. Oh. Oh. Oh no, no, no. Ding that bell. Helena Appleton. I can never get any peace in my house. Okay. When am I to find time to do my writing? I've tried beeswax, but that makes my ears sore, and besides, I can still hear the shouting and banging at all hours. I heard you might be able to help me. St. John's Anvil. I think I remember one of these things silences noise. This one? Yeah, this one. That one makes things quiet. Is that what that's going to do? St. John's Anvil. Oh, yes. Items have much in common with the St. John's poppy plant of the same name, a fact that is reflected in their designs. They have quite different uses, however. Whereas the plant helps to overcome deafness, an anvil will dampen sound. It can even be turned to filter out certain noises, tuned, but allow others to still be heard. That's pretty cool. Here you go. Boom. All right. This is St. John's Anvil. We're gonna make this one blue. Not for any particular reason. Bell time. Barton Potter. You must be the thaumaturge's apprentice. I bet he's a hard man to work under. He's helped me out more than once in the past, though. In the past, though. Sleepy, though. And speaking of the past, my eye has been aching lately. That can't be a good sign. I'll be willing to make a fair trade for an Elva stone if you have one. Okay, thank you. Let's go take a look at the Elva stone. Elva stones can be used to relieve the discomfort caused by otherwise incurable ailments such as Braxis or burning blood. The planetary metal used in these items is associated with Selenic discipline, a connection that is also reflected in their design. Okay. So that I think that's this guy actually. Ethereal quality to it. Mark. This is cool and smooth and rough and pitted. Silver stone. That was fun. Alpha stones can be used to relieve discomfort of other incurable ailments. Go to materials. The moon. Silver. That's really the only silver thing I've got laying around. So let's try it. Incredible. The design features crescent moons, reflection of the selenic, and the material is silver. Associated with the moon. And he gave me this. Thanks, dude. The fuck was that? The Elva stone. And we're going to actually change the shape of our labels now. Just wanted to shake it up. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. Verona Green's back. I'm sure with good news. I've been doing some reading. See what you make of this. Okay. These items cause mental fog, a withering of intellect and thought. They are slow to work, requiring several hours to have any effect. Through prolonged use, they can cause the whites of the eyes to turn black and the subject to become deeply disoriented. They produce a knocking feel. That fisherman they found yesterday has been up at Wyatt Beck, so I'm going to see if I can find anything out there. Here I go again, sticking my nose into trouble because I don't seem to be able to listen to that part of me that says go put the kettle on and let someone else deal with it for a change. It's bloody-minded arrogance to follow that thought up with, but there isn't anyone else. But here we are, and here I am. They do it all wrong anyway. Thanks, Verona. Good luck. Don't die, please. Got the cat. Francis Mason. I have been wearing a pendant that I found at the library, and it does something to me. It gives me an appetite for reading that I cannot control. I was lost in the library for 3 days without eating or sleeping before I managed to take off the pendant and escape. It is rather pretty, though. Someone told me I need to use a Cussack purifier and that this is the place to get one. Okay. Whoops. Oh, wait. Yellow paper. Great. Green glass bottle and a cork. Cool and smooth, spongy, papery. There's a strong odor, and when I shake it, it rattles. I have nothing to remark about that. Okay, great. Sick. Okay. Small topaz gemstone, known as the Eye, is placed in a strong-smelling liquid, usually some potent barley or spirit or vinegar. Some tokens, such as rings or amulets, perhaps submerged in the liquid, are left for a full cycle of the moon, are cleansed of simple imbued curses or hexes. Of course, there is a limit to the effectiveness of this process. Okay. Let's go over here. Wicca. Vinegar. Just this across here. So, I'm going for that one. Use the purifier. Bam. Label bears a symbol for vinegar, and lotion protection reveals a small object rattling around inside. Valid. Okay. Purifier? Dude, I hardly know her. Get the cat. Ding the bell. Simone Green. You related to somebody? I've been working on something that you might find interesting. Did you know that anybody who knows... What? Did you know that nobody knows who built Strange Antiquities? It's very old. Perhaps the oldest building in Undermere. according to some accounts. Even Eli doesn't know all of its secrets. I've been decoding a journal that he found. It's slow work, but I've made a bit of a breakthrough recently. You discovered the plinths below the counter? I have learned that they can be used to access shops' hidden depths. And this journal holds some of the keys. Here's something I discovered late last night. See what you make of it. Orange shackle, evil cant, then a moon something. The writing is dense and spidery, so it's not always easy to decipher. Orange shackle, evil cant. Orange shackle, evil cant. Moon something. Boom. Oh. Oh my. Put that shit away. Put that over there. This guy. Over here. I'm guessing. I want this. These are going down here. Huh. And ooh. Going on here. Has this been done yet? No. Great. Good talk. Next. Jim Wilfie. After years of working in a thundering mill, I'm afraid I'm quite deaf now. I tried St. John's Poppy, but I'm looking for a more permanent solution. Hello. I would love to be able to hear my niece's laughter. Oh. We got this bat. Makes things sound good. Shunk. You shunk? I'm gonna put this next to that other charm, that shield charm. Alright. So that was the hearing charm. Hearing charm. This one. Actually, I like this one. I'm gonna go for that one. I'm gonna bring it over here to this charm. The shield charm and the hearing charm can go next to each other. And the day. At camp that night, one of the pair had awoken with pain in his left eye. He was alert to the threat at once, recognizing two things at the same time. One, a part of his mind was not his own, and two, the casket wanted to be opened. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it, bro. Not gonna work out for you. All right, here we go. Oh. This is insane. I can't believe how well that just worked. I kind of just threw my mouse around for a while. The maiden in the tower points the way. I am buried among the trees. Okay. I got Balfrey's tower here. I climb the narrow winding stair to the top of the tower and am rewarded with views across Lake Undermere. I am not alone in the tower. Standing in the center of the circular platform is a statue of a young woman, the maiden. Her outstretched arm points due east across the rooftops of Undermere and beyond. Okay. Due east. Boom. I find what I'm looking for in a small cavity carved into a sturdy oak tree. I look around, half expecting to see someone, but there is nobody here. I take my prize and leave, feeling my mood lifted by the smell of damp moss and the gentle rush of wind through the treetops. Dunking your hand into a mysterious tree hole, that's safe. You get eaten by raccoons doing that. Ding dong. Welcome back, Verona. Oops. I walked up the beck a mile or so in the cold and wet yesterday and found a section with a handful of dead fish floating in it. Belly up and blackened they were. I'm not sure what to make of it, but I don't like it. I'm on my way to Calgreth Hall now. I spoke to Dr. Robertson, earlier, and she said the two women they found there are still in the same state as the others, in a trance, and eyes all black. Before I go, Anna Bryant asked me to drop this off. I got a letter. Another letter. When we were kids, we used to explore an abandoned house on the lakefront. We'd take a boat out to the northern tip of the Naylor Islands and row across from there. You know that one I'm talking about? The second from the left in the row 4. I found myself outside its door 3 days ago, and I went inside, for old time's sake. I wish I hadn't. It almost had an ominous feel to it. It has taken me the last 3 days to summon the courage to write this letter, but I think it's better you see for yourself what's out there. Yours in faith, Anna Bryant. Thank you, Anna. Let's go take a look, shall we? Second from the left. I don't know exactly what I was expecting to find. Anna's letter was quite vague after all, but I certainly wasn't prepared for this. In an enclave what? In an alcove of the house, peering out through loose mortar and crumbling brick, is a macabre shrine of sorts. The skull of a stag is mounted above the opening, its antlers smeared with a dark red substance, and large melted candles pool out under the wooden floor on either side. Onto the wooden floor on either side. Oh my. Oh my. In the center of the altar, there is a small iron chest, rusted and fused to the floor. It's clear it has been here for a long time. I do not see any hinge or keyhole, or any way of opening it at all. But after a while, I notice an inscription. I'm doing the inspection. That says simply, I open to the voice. Haha! The chest opens to reveal a golden totem. I can't imagine who would have stashed it here, or why, but it doesn't look like they're coming back for it anytime soon. Meow. Meow. I'm bringing this down here. It's taking up counter space at this point. Also, here's something fun. As I said, whoops, didn't mean to put that away. As I said before, this is the second game in a series. You can still go to Strange Horticulture over here. The Curious Plant Shop on the edge of town is a quiet haven away from the bustle of the center. Ordinarily, I'd be delighted to while away some time here, but I have important work to do. And yet, an hour later, I find myself leaving the shop with potted palliance and a weight off my shoulders. I've been chatting with the proprietor about the similarities and differences between our two disciplines with a gently purring hellboar curled up in my lap. How cute. Hellboar is a cat, by the way. That's the name of the cat in that game. Boop. Lester Crowley, I apologize if this inquisition is an imposition to your disposition. It is not my intention to bring your attention to a matter of contention. I have an inclination to perform an incantation of flirtation. For your part, a leaden heart of thematic art. Alright, dude. You gotta calm the poems down a little bit, buddy. It's gonna be okay. A lead heart. These items depict the god Cernunnos in his non-human form. They are heavier than they look due to the core of lead hidden by a more modest exterior. They are said to kindle romantic interest and are sometimes given as wedding gifts. Well, we know that the silent breath was the deer, and the stag, and this is one of those. Okay, touches clay. It's all clay. Pointy, textured. Doesn't give me any feelings, but here you go. But it is mad heavy. Here you go. Excellent. Using the index, I can remind myself that Cernunnos has antlers, suggesting his non-human form could be a deer. All right, excellent. The Corvin's Might. Corvin's Might, sometimes called Eagle's Gift, is an assassin's tool that makes use of Wixic power. The warrior queen, Corvin, that's great, was surrounded and close to defeat. A gift came to her from an unlikely source. With it, she turned the tide of battle, and the legend of the Bloody Queen was born. Jesus. Nope. Yes. Lead. Nope. Lead heart. Boop. Actually, also, quick little change here. I want to change the shape of this to this guy. Great. Next. Angus Eaton. What you eating, Angus? Oh, you're not Eli. I'm returning an item he asked me to repair. The mechanism was mangled, but I've replaced all the springs and given it a clean. Good as new. Okay, thanks. I guess. That looks a lot like this, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Got this shit. I got this shit. It's the book on curses and their effects. We heard about Bractus. Characterized by a necrosis of the flesh, the afflicted will feel no pain, but the scarring has no cure. Jesus. Burning blood. The subject has the sensation of burning from the inside. It is rarely survived, and those that do never fully recover. You know what? Let's not read about those happy little times, shall we? Okay. I figure... Oh, nope. That's made out of paper now, I guess. Look at that. Oh, goodbye. Next. Oh, sorry, cat. Eli, welcome back. It wasn't my intention to leave you unattended for this long, but I'm afraid that I'm going to need to rely on you for a little bit longer. The Order of the Black Veil seemed more concerned by the ravens than the black-eyed state that Mr. Hungerford was found in. They said that it would take a very powerful force indeed to upset them like that. Unfortunately, they either weren't able or weren't willing to talk any further on the subject. I was hoping to avoid it, but I must go to Oxford and the Bodleian Library. Whoa! I'll be gone for a few days at least, perhaps longer. But you seem to be handling yourself well here. I do not see eye to eye with the head of collections at the Bodleian, but I do know that he takes an interest in horticulture. I will take him a Scythian charm to smooth things over between us. Let's go to Scythian charm. Scythian charm. Older Scythian charms are carved out of wood, but the more powerful designs make use of planetary metals. No two are identical. They are used by horticulturalists to encourage stubborn plants to thrive. They change with the weather, usually quite cold, but warm and tingly at the touch when it is raining. This one's made out of gold and silver. Excuse me. These are planetary metals. Warm and vibrating with energy. Well. Scythian charm identified. Diverging book. Whoa. Hello, Aki. Scythian charm. And we're gonna make this green-ish. It's a charm, so we're gonna put it over by the other charms. We're good. Pet the cat. Cat didn't get surprised. Francesca Robertson's back with her cat scratch. I'm at a loss with these patients. They aren't responding to anything I've tried so far, and I haven't been able to find anything in the literature that fits their symptoms. I am finding that they become violent if they aren't restrained, and they are always trying to leave. If nothing else, Duranthium tea from a restful meter might get a moment of lucidity out of them, but if you've got any ideas, then I'm all ears. Okay. So here's the shakedown, okay? Mether. The mether is a thaumaturgic link to the inner mind. A hot tea made from the Duranthium plant is drunk from them, taking on different properties depending on the type of mether. This particular type can be used to enter a meditative state and bypass the rush and clutter of consciousness, promoting clarity of thought. That is an option. Other option. Witch's finger. Witch's fingers are said to be the severed digits of, quote, the Witch of Undermere. They are capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body. A most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. So. Last time I gave them the mether. It was this guy. This is the mether that I gave them. So I know that this is actually restful meter. Make this blue. Maybe it's Mether, but it doesn't matter. I didn't spell that right. Dropped a T in here. Mr. T. He's fallen. You might be surprised to find out that this is probably the witch's fingers. I didn't give them that, and I really want to know. I think it's gonna kill somebody. Can I save this game? Well, that was stupid. Okay. You know what? Let's go for the good path. I'm gonna go full good path on this run. Yeah, we'll go full good path. I'm really thinking about the witch's finger. I know it's gonna work, but I don't know if it's gonna kill him. You know what I mean? Might get a moment of lucidity out of them. Let's give him the witch. You know what? Fuck it. We're going full witch's finger. Oh shit. Oh. Not the witch's finger. Really? Really? You know what? That surprises me. I'm not gonna lie. Now I gotta look it up. I was so excited. Okay, let's take a look at all this now. So what's going on with this? It doesn't smell like anything. Okay. Okay. I'm willing to risk this one. Wow. I don't know if I actually have the option to give them witch's finger. That's crazy. Here you go. Well, who would have guessed? I didn't know that. Bones Guard. A small item known as a Bones Guard can be placed in any liquid to render it safe to drink. King Cedric the Meek was well known to be terrified of being poisoned, and so always drank from the same goblet and always placed the Bone Guard inside. He was stabbed to death in 1203. These objects bear the mark of the antidote. That's interesting. What's the mark of the antidote? Poison. Fortune. Foresight. Protection. Strength, wisdom. Interesting. The antidote? That seems really inspecific and unhelpful. Alright, well, whatever. Next! Rebecca Rose. I've come to thank you for sharing the wonder of the area's remnant with me. It's changed my life. I am still getting to grips with it, but already I'm feeling the way back into painting again. Thank you. You are welcome. Have a great day. He knew what he had to do, without hesitation. Without hesitating, is what I actually meant. He took hold of his diverging hook and used it to cut away the infected part of his mind before it could spread and consume him entirely. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good lord. Okay. I am closest to the sunset, but furthest from the sunrise. Okay. Okay. I think I made this mistake last time, too. North is this way. Furthest from the sunrise. Sets in the west. West is this way. North, south, east, west. No. North, south, east, west. West is over here. So this one. Haha! I actually did that wrong the first time, and I just realized why. It's because I got my east and west mixed up. The view from the tower is quite beautiful, but it's not what I find inside that catches my attention. In the middle of the room is an unlocked wooden chest, and within that, not one but two smaller wooden chests, along with cryptic scrap of paper. Hello, cryptic scrap of paper. Okay. Drop this down here, drop this down here. This is some weird fucking shit. Can't touch it. Can I click on? Is that clickable? This one's kind of weird. Like the hourglass makes me suspicious about it. You hear that? Hang on, wait. Hard click. Ooh. What's going on there? What's going on there? Diurnic seal, object made from silver, possesses or something of a diurnic field. Okay, hang on, wait. Let's take a look at this book first. Diurnal seal. Right? Is that what it said? Diurnic seal. Okay. Which is this diurnic seal, I guess. Okay. Object made from silver. I don't know how many diurnic seals I got flown around, and then something with diurnic field. This is weird too. We have stone. This is tin. I'm gonna leave my clock like that. I think I broke it. Hello, Francesca Robertson. As if I didn't have enough on my plate right now, my sister Bonnie has been acting strange lately. She never got over the death of our father. She's always blamed Mr. Potter for his role in it, and now, with all this happening, she's got it in her head that he's behind it somehow. I'm worried she's going to do something stupid. If she comes in here, whatever you do, do not give her anything dangerous. I want to give her a keepsake to let her know that she is still loved. I've seen people gifting one another wooden totems, but I don't know what they're called. I believe that is the moon heart that you're looking for again. It was. Carved totem. Owl associated with the night. Bears connection to this crescent shape. Imparts feelings of joy and happiness. Alright. Thank you. Unfortunately, I have some bad news to share. Jack Hungerford has not responded well to the Dranthium tea. If anything, he appears to have sunk deeper into the trance. I daren't try anything else in case I make things worse. Alright, no witch's fingers for me. What is this made of? Iron. That's not silver. Okay. Next. Hello, Verona. Those silly sods at Caligrith Hall wouldn't let me look around. It seems I've upset the little lord who lives there, at some point in the past. Allegedly, I refused to perform an exorcism on his haunted house. He didn't like my suggestion that it might be the local kids playing pranks on him because he's a mean old git. I'm not so easily put off, though. Do you have a Tenebrim cloak I could use this evening? I got some snooping to do. I think it's this pretty little lady here. Tenebrim cloak. Upon activation, the Tenebrim cloak can create a sphere of enshrouding darkness that will cloak all within its reach. A single stone set in bronze gives power to the totem. Bronze. Picture in stone. Let's roll. Tenebrim cloak. This totem has a gemstone set in stone. Set in bronze, set in stone. Great job. Gemstone is a moonstone, a stone of enveloping night, which hints at the use of this item. Saint Cedric's Thunder. I gotta look at that. That sounds cool as fuck. Tenebrim? Sure. Cloak. Alright. That white. Make that this shape. If I memorized my symbols, I would know that this... I don't know if these are in the right order. Let me go back here. So I think... Whoops. Open and close that so fast it hurt. Noctic is of the night. It's this one here. Circle on the bottom. And circles and circles. Okay. So we'll throw a symbol on this one too, because we can. Whoops. Unless we can't, because I'm stupid. So that was this one. There we go. All right. You know what? I'm not gonna hit that bell. I mean, I hit the bell. I've subscribed to myself. Think about it that way. Of course I have. Of course I have. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we'll be doing more of this. Maybe we'll be playing something new. I know Alex and I have been talking a lot about trying to get our hands on a Zelda game. I'll see if I can make that happen. It should be very possible. We've also got lots of games that we could be playing as well. You know, we've got Greece, and we've got Stillness of the Wind. We've got lots of things we could really kind of jump back into, but we'll be seeing about that in the future. But for now, catch you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys real soon. See you later. How you doing, cat? That's good to know.